Hey guys, Chastity Snowden here with the FLA movement, and I wanted to talk to you guys today about periodization. This is something that most people don't think about when they're planning to diet or planning to peak for performance or planning to get healthy. They don't think about taking a step back, looking at the big picture, and figuring out where they actually want to peak and be the best that they possibly can be. They don't think about the act of dieting being a phase in their life. They don't think about that being something that they do for a short period of time. Most people just think they diet, they reach where they want to go, and they either do two things. They stay there and never stop, and they think if they do anything different, their body is literally going to change back to where they were, or they celebrate and they don't keep any of the habits or the lifestyle changes that they developed during the diet phase. So, periodization, obviously there is a lot to it, but in an easy way to understand, there are three different phases. So there's the first phase that most people want to skip. This is the phase that I have the hardest time with people because this is usually how they come to me. They come to me having dieted a million times, being in a really low deficit and basically not reaching their goals and not losing weight even though they're in a deficit of calories, meaning a lowering of calories, 800 to 1200 calories, and they're not losing weight. So health-wise, they're usually not sleeping, they're not feeling very good, they're grouchy, they're having some binge disorder things come up, because they're eating in such low calories and they're not seeing results and they're just wanting to pull their hair out. So if that's you, you may be in a situation where you need to do the pre-diet phase, meaning you need to get yourself healthy enough in order to diet. You have to be kind to your body. You have to eat enough calories and eat at maintenance calories for enough time that your body actually is ready to lose the body fat. When you put yourself in a deficit and your body doesn't lose fat or doesn't lose weight or doesn't change the way you want, it could be because you're not ready for it. So phase one is the pre-diet phase, the get yourself healthy enough to diet. In this phase, it can be a multitude of things. It can be building habits so that when you're in the diet phase, it makes it easier. Or in the after phase, it makes it easier. It could be making sure all your biofeedback is in a good place. So for instance, you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night. You're drinking half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. You're basically eating enough calories to maintain the same weight that you're currently at and as many as you possibly can, plus have those biofeedback markers in a really good place. This pre-diet phase is something that everybody forgets about. Be healthy enough in order to give yourself that diet phase. Second phase is the diet phase. This is where all of us look for that fad diet. What my goal is to be the last coach you ever have to hire. I want to educate you on the different ways that you can go into that diet phase. All of the diets out there, paleo, intermittent fasting, ketogenic diets, all of the different diets out there are a lowering of calories in some way. So they are tools in a toolbox that you can use in order to diet. And really, it's not right or it's wrong. It's, is it working for you? So the diet phase is taking you into a deficit of calories, monitoring your biofeedback, and making sure that we're getting the results that we're after without a detriment to your health. Now, let's be honest, a diet phase, you are going to see biofeedback go in a lowering direction, meaning might not sleep as well, might be a little grouchy, your mentality might not be as good, but you're going to do this only for a short amount of time in order to reach that new goal, that new set point. So the diet phase is only for a short amount of time. I tell people, let's diet for a month, let's diet for 8 weeks, let's diet for 16 weeks. Inside your diet phase, remember, you need to take the time to have those diet breaks, whether it's an entire day off that you relax, whether it is a refeed and you basically eat more carbohydrates during one day up to your maintenance calories, whether it is an entire weekend. If you're doing a diet for a long period of time, you might need to break for an entire weekend and just break from the diet in your mind, in your soul, just break from everything so that you continue on your journey when you start back. The longer the diet, meaning longer time period, the weeks, the bigger the diet breaks you need, the longer amount of time. Or also, you can either do it longer amounts of time or you can do it more often inside that diet phase. I always tell people in the diet phase, because this is periodization, this is your life. Look inside your life and see what you have. Do you have birthdays? Do you have holidays? Do you have, built in school like sessions where they're definitely going to be on spring break, this and that? Those need to be where you schedule your diet breaks. Use your life to schedule the diet breaks instead of scheduling the diet breaks and making it fit into your life. So just because you want to diet for 2 weeks and take a day off, maybe it's a week and a half because the day off is at a birthday party. Just don't make it be so complicated that you think you need to be perfect inside your diet. You can have results in a diet phase while traveling, while going to birthday parties, while including cake, while doing things like that. So don't think the diet phase has to be complete perfection. The third phase that I want to talk about is the recovery phase. Let's say you've dieted for 16 weeks. Maybe you reached your goal. Maybe you just came down to 10 pounds and you wanted to come down 20 pounds. But it's time to take a diet break. It's time to recover from that diet. Here's the thing about diets. When you lower your caloric intake for an extended period of time, your metabolism knows that you've lowered your caloric intake and it becomes efficient at living at those low calories. You need to then teach your body how to burn more calories and stay at that new set point weight. If you've lost 10 pounds, you don't want to gain those 10 pounds back and then some. The recovery phase, the diet after the diet, is the most important part. This is the part where you teach your body to stay at that new set point. You teach your body how to have those same, sleeping, water, movement, those same habits, but then raise the caloric intake over time, back up to maintenance, and try to recover completely from that diet phase and get back up to your maintenance calories at that same lower body weight, or at that same body composition or close to it. If you're prepping for a show or something like that, you're not going to walk around at 8% body fat for the rest of your life. You're probably gonna have to gain a few pounds. And just as a personal example, I recently just lost 10 pounds. I went from about 153 at my highest during that time to my low range of 140, so 10 to 13 pounds. I lost that weight, but the problem is the pre-diet, after the CrossFit Games, was so wrecked from training for so long, going through adrenal fatigue, recovering from eating disorders, that it took me a year and a half to get healthy enough to actually go into a diet phase that worked. That pre-diet phase, because I had focused on performance for so long, that pre-diet phase took a really long time. I would diet for a little bit and my body wouldn't respond. I had to make sure I was fully recovered. The diet phase was about 100 days, and then this recovery phase, I've gained back about 5 pounds. So I lost about 13, gained back about 5 to 4, it ranges, obviously weight ranges. So now I'm making sure my body is prepped and ready and recovered to go back into my next diet phase for my new goals. If you guys have any questions, if you want to be a part of the FLA tribe, if you're confused about any of this, please look for the course that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. But make sure you're periodizing your nutrition. Make sure you're not staying in a deficit. Make sure that you're recovering from those diet phases, and make sure that you're enjoying this journey. This is a movement for a reason. We're going to move, and this journey is going to last the rest of your life. Hopefully you guys are staying safe, staying healthy. I'll talk to you soon. Chas Snowden, FLA Movement. Have a great day.